Dear students, this is the second lecture of our unit heterocyclic chemistry. In our previous lecture, we discussed about introduction and classification of heterocyclic compounds, and we classified them as heterocycloalkanes, heterocycloalkenes, heteroannulenes, and heteroaromatic compounds. So today we will discuss yet another very important topic, how to name these heterocyclic compounds, like nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds. So there are many ways by which we can name these compounds, but today we will basically be discussing about Hans Widman system for the nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds. So let us quickly discuss. So first let us see what are the various possible methods that are available by which we can name these heterocyclic compounds. So the first method is called systematic nomenclature system, or the system that we will discuss today, Hans Widman system. Second way by which we can name these compounds is called the trivial system. Next system is the fusion nomenclature system, by which we can name these heterocyclic compounds. And the last system, and the most commonly used and easiest of all these, is the replacement nomenclature system. So we will discuss all these systems one by one, but today our main topic of interest is Hans Widman system. So today we will start with this. So first let us discuss what are the basics of this Hans Widman system and for which system it is used. So this system is basically used to name 3 to 10 membered monocyclic heterocycles. So this system can only be used for naming those heterocycles which contain only one ring. Monocyclic means they contain one ring and the ring size should be from 3 to 10 membered. This system is not used to name the heterocyclic compounds in which the number of atoms are more than 10. So it can be applicable only up to maximum of 10 membered rings. So this is applicable to such type of system. As you can see here, this this is three membered ring but with unsaturation. We can name also this. So this is a 7 membered ring, this is also a 7 membered ring. And this system can also be used for heterocycles with various degree of unsaturation. As we have previously discussed in our previous lecture, some systems are partially saturated and some systems are fully saturated. So all these compounds, they can be named with this system. The only condition is that they should be monocyclic. That means they should contain only one ring. This ring may be saturated or unsaturated. We can name them with this system. And the second condition is the ring should not contain more than 10 atoms in the ring. And it can also be used to name the heterocycle which have more than one heteroatom, like this. Now this ring has 1 2 3 heteroatoms in the ring. All three are nitrogen. These may be same or may be different. Similarly, this also has 1 2 3 heteroatoms. Now these heteroatoms in the ring, they may be same or they may be different. All of these systems, they can be named with this system that we will discuss one by one. First we will discuss the basics of today. Our main aim of interest is to just to learn the basics of the system. Then in our next lectures we will do more complex and advanced problems. So basically this system, as you can see, let us take this example of this heterocycle. Now this heterocycle, it contains a cycle, okay, with some ring size. Now it is a 7 membered ring, it is a 3 membered ring. It contains, you can see, heteroatom. So these are two basic things that a heteroaromatic compounds have. And the nomenclature system should be able to tell us the nature of heteroatom as well as the nature of ring. So with this system we can tell the ring, and it specifies the ring size. So for every ring size, for ring of different sizes, we have different names that we will discuss next in our next slide. And it can also be, it is also used to indicate what is the nature means whether this heteroatom is a nitrogen or oxygen or sulfur. This is nature of heteroatom type. Similarly, nature and type are same, and whether this is monovalent, divalent, etc. And number, how many number of heteroatoms are present in the ring, and what is the position of the heteroatom. Now if we have more than one heteroatom in the ring, then we need to specify the positions, so that we will learn how to number them, how to specify their positions. So all these things can be done with this system. So basically what we have learned so far, this system is used to name 3 to 10 membered monocyclic heterocyclic compounds with or without unsaturation. Ring may be saturated or unsaturated, any ring size from 3 to 10. And with this system we specifies the ring size as well as the nature, type and number and position of the heteroatom. Now the heteroatoms, they are presented by a prefix. So for every heteroatom we have a different prefix that we use. Now prefix is a term that is used before the name. Prefix. Okay. Now the prefix for nitrogen is aza. So all the heterocyclic compounds which contain nitrogen, their name will start from aza. So we will see in the next slide what are the different prefixes used for different heteroatoms. So heteroatoms, they will be represented by prefix, whereas the second part, the ring, its nature and its size, it will be represented by stem. We call it stem. So there are some rules to specify stem that we will also discuss in our next slide. So far you can learn that a name of any heterocyclic compound will comprise of two things: prefix plus stem. This will give you the name of heterocycle. Now prefix, it indicates the heteroatom. Stem is used for the ring size. So this will, the combination of these two will give you the complete name of a heterocyclic compound. As I have already said, complete name is presented by combining one or more prefixes for the heteroatom with a stem indicating the size of the ring. So now you can have an idea that prefix tells us about the nature of heteroatom, whereas stem tells us about the ring size. And in order to write the name of a heterocyclic compound, we need both prefix as well as stem. So a name of this heterocycle will be of this form: first prefix, then stem. When we will combine these, so there are some rules how to combine prefix and stem, so that will give you the name of heterocycle. Now let us first learn about prefix. Now as we have already discussed, prefixes, they indicates the heteroatom present. So what is heteroatom? All the atoms except carbon in the ring, they are considered as heteroatoms. So what are the various heteroatoms that are possible, or we can say that this system considers? So these are some of the heteroatoms that can be presented in the ring, like oxygen, sulfur, selenium, these are the symbols, tellurium, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, boron and mercury. So all these elements or atoms, they can be presented in the ring with carbon. So now let us see what is the prefix. If we have a ring with the oxygen, it will have a prefix oxa. So all the heteroatoms containing oxygen, their name will start with oxa. If we have sulfur, their name starts with thia. If it is selenium, it is selena. So you can see the name of prefix, all the prefix it ends with a. Like for oxygen it is oxa, for sulfur it is thia, for selenium it is selena, for nitrogen it is aza, for phosphorus it is phosphor, and similar other elements. For arsenic it is arsa, for silicon it is sila, for tin it is stena. So these are some of the prefixes that are used for different heteroatoms. So the name of prefix it ends with a. Okay, so out of these the most common that we will encounter is oxa, aza, and thia. These are the most commonly encountered heteroatoms. So you should also remember these heteroatoms also, but most commonly we will encounter oxa, thia, and aza. So all the heteroaromatics which contain nitrogen, their name will start with aza. All the heteroatoms which contain oxygen, their name will start with oxa. So you may remember the name of this compound. Its name is, we will see how it is derived, oxirane. We call it oxirane. You can see it starts with oxa, oxirane. So how this name has been derived, that we will see in our next slide. So this was about prefixes for different atoms. So the best way to remember is this, to keep using them. So take this table with you whenever you name some heteroaromatic compound, keep this with you. So if you don't remember, you can see from this table, and if you do many problems with this, you will automatically keep remembering these prefixes, and prefixes are easy. Next most important thing is stem, and we have already discussed stems. They are used to indicate size of the ring, and they also represent whether the ring is saturated or unsaturated. Unsaturated means whether it contains double bond or triple bond or no. In the hetero, and the most important condition is monocyclic systems, because this Hands Widman system is applicable only to monocyclic systems, means the system which contains only one ring. So stem, it tells us about the size of the ring. Now one thing we have to keep in mind, if stem begins with a vowel, okay, then the terminal letter a of prefix is dropped. Now you can see the name of all the prefixes, they end with a. Like for oxygen it is oxa. Now suppose if the stem is irene, okay, so let us suppose the stem is irene. Now if we combine these, now what it says, if a stem begins with a vowel, now I is a vowel, then we have to drop this a from this prefix, and its name will be oxirane, oxirane. So we will do examples, don't worry, this is just to tell how we have to use this method, that if the name of stem starts with a vowel, then we have to drop the a letter from the prefix. Now these are the various stems that are used. Now you have to remember this. So as I say, the best way to remember these is to keep practice with these systems, only then you will remember, otherwise it is very difficult to remember them as it is. So whenever you name these compounds, so what you can do, you can keep this table with you and search from here. When you repeat for around 20, 30, 40 heterocyclic compounds, then you will start memorizing these names. Now if we carefully look this table, the stem, they have been divided into two categories: ring with nitrogen and rings without nitrogen. Okay, so all these rings, they have different stems. Now if he says, if the ring contains nitrogen and its size is 3, it is a 3-membered ring, and it is maximum unsaturated. So 3-membered ring maximum unsaturated is, can be like this. So this is a 3-membered ring, and it has maximum unsaturation, because only one unsaturation is possible. For this ring, the stem that will be used is irene, IRINE. Now if it is saturated, how it will be saturated? Suppose the ring is this, there is no double bond, that means it is saturated, it is hydrogen. Okay, so let me draw little below. So let me draw little below here. So let me erase this. Now we can draw once again. So suppose this is your saturated compound. Now for this system, the symbol that will be the stem that will be used is, now it is a three-membered saturated ring, it is iridiene. So this is the stem that will be used. Similarly for four-membered rings, if it is saturated, the stem is ete, EAT, and if it contains only one double bond, it is ethene. If it is saturated, it is etidene. Now if it has heteroatom other than nitrogen, it can be oxygen, sulfur, phosphorus, and so on. For such compounds, for a four-membered ring with the maximum unsaturation, the stem is ETE, EAT, and for saturated system it is ethane. So that's how you find stem from this table. For different systems, you have to identify, first thing is whether the heteroatom is nitrogen or no. If it is nitrogen, then we will concentrate on the left side of this dotted line. Then we will not bother about the right hand side, because our heteroatom is nitrogen. Then depending upon the ring size, whether it is 3 membered, 4 membered, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 membered, and whether it is unsaturated or saturated, we can find the stem from this table. Now if it contains heteroatom other than nitrogen, then we will concentrate on this part of the table, because these are the stems for heteroatoms other than nitrogen. So that's how we will find the name. First we will find the prefix, then we will find the stem, then we will combine prefix with stem, that will give you name of heterocyclic compound. So this you will learn when we will do practice in our next slides. So don't worry here, right about it might seem somewhat confusing, but when we will do examples, everything will be cleared. Now the stems indicating the size, 3 membered, not all but 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 and 10 membered rings, they are derived from their numerical prefixes. How? Let us see from this table. Now the 3 membered ring, for 3 members the term is tri. So from this they have derived IR, IR. Similarly for 4 membered it is tetra, they have taken et. This is the stem for 4 membered ring. This is for 7 membered ring, it is hepta, and the syllable is same as a stem. You can call it stem or syllable, it is ep. So it is just for your knowledge, nothing to worry about this table. It just says that their names are derived from their numerical prefixes, tri, tetra, hepta. So this is to remember the stem, if you can take the help of numerical prefix. Let us do now some examples we will learn. So for your reference, what I have done, I have copied that table once again. Why? Because I will take help from this table to name various heterocyclic compounds, so that you will learn, so you can learn how to take help from this table when we have to name the heterocyclic compounds. So let me write the first heterocycle. It goes O CH2. Suppose we have to name this heterocycle, this is a heterocyclic compound, and we have to name it. Now its name, as I said, it contains two parts. First prefix plus we have to find, in order to name this compound, prefix and stem in order to this hands with man system. Now the prefix, it is used to indicate the heteroatom. Now the heteroatom is oxygen, and for oxygen prefix is oxa. So I will write prefix oxa. The second part that is left is stem. Now look, what is the heteroatom, whether it is nitrogen or no, it is oxygen. Now if it is oxygen, what we will do, we will concentrate on this part of the table. Now see, this is a 1 2 3 membered ring. This is 3 membered, and it does not contain any double bond, so it is a saturated ring. Now for 3 membered saturated ring, 3 membered is this 3 membered saturated ring with heteroatom other than nitrogen, the stem is irene. So I will write here I R A N E, irene. So now we have to combine oxa plus irene. Now you see the name of stem, it starts with a vowel, as we have said. If it starts with vowel, then we have to leave this a of the prefix, so its name will be O X I R A N E, oxirane. So this is the name for this heterocycle. So it is quite simple. When you do these problems, then you will learn. So what we have done, first we have seen whether this heteroatom was nitrogen or oxygen. So it was oxygen, so we have chosen this side for stem. Prefix is simple, it is oxygen atom, so for this prefix is oxa. Now we have to find stem. It is 3 membered saturated cycle, so 3 membered saturated cycle comes here, so the stem is irene, so its name is oxirane. Now as I is vowel, so we have to drop the last a from this name, so its name is oxirane. Now let us do next example. So the next example is, let us do this NH. This, now again, first of all, it is a 3 membered, heteroatom is nitrogen, and now it is unsaturated because it contains a double bond and it is maximum unsaturated. Now what we need, prefix plus stem, prefix plus stem. This prefix, as it is a nitrogen, so for nitrogen it is aza. In order to find stem, we have to concentrate on left hand side, this side of this table. So 3 membered unsaturated system, 3 membered maximum unsaturation hai, it is IRINE. So the stem is IRINE, so its name goes, now it is again I is vowel, so we have to drop this a, its name is azirine. So that is the name of this compound, azirine. So it was quite simple. Now let us do one more example. Let us now do some example of a 4 membered ring. So we can have NH, CH2, CH2, CH2. Now it is a 4 membered ring, so the heteroatom is a nitrogen, so the prefix is aza, plus it is a 4 membered saturated system and heteroatom is a nitrogen. That means we will concentrate on this left hand side of the table. 4 membered saturated, 4 membered saturated comes here, etidine, aza plus E T I D-I-N-E. Now E is vowel, so we have to drop this A. So its name is Azetidine, azitidine. So its name is azitidine. So it is quite simple. Now let us do example for a four-membered ring with atom other than nitrogen. Suppose we have such this compound O CH2 CH2 and CH2. Now its name, the prefix is oxa plus. It is a four membered 1 2 3 cyclic conjugated system, and heteroatom is other than nitrogen. So we will use this right hand side of the table. So four membered, we will come as saturated. It is ethane, oxa plus ethane. So its name becomes oxytane, because we have to drop this A because this starts from a vowel. So this is the name of this compound, oxytane. You have already seen this compound many times. So let us, so these are quite simple cases. This I have done just to learn what this system is all about. In our next lecture we will do more complex problems and we will have to learn some more rules. So first let us be adept with this system. So now let me write one example so we can end our today's lecture with this example. This is NH, this, this. Now the heteroatom is nitrogen, so prefix is Aza plus. Now we have to find stem. So in order to find stem we have to see left hand side of this table. So first let us count the number of atoms in the ring. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So it is a 7-membered ring. Okay, now let us see about unsaturation. 1 2 3, 3 double bonds in conjugation, so there is not the possibility of another bond, so it is maximum unsaturated system. So 7-membered maximum unsaturation, maximum unsaturation. Let us see where does it belong. 7-membered ring, maximum unsaturation, it is EPINE, epine, EPINE. So the name becomes, we have to drop this vowel, AZEPINE as a pin. So this is the name of this compound. Now if we have oxygen in case of nitrogen, let us see now then what will be the name. So again this is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7-membered ring, but now the heteroatom is not nitrogen, it is oxygen. So the prefix is oxa plus stem. Now it does not contain nitrogen, so we will use this side of the table. So it is a 7-membered fully unsaturated system. So 7-membered unsaturated system without nitrogen, it is EPIN, EPIN. For nitrogen it was EPINE, but this last is not available here. Now as this is vowel, so we have to drop this A, so its name will become OXEPIN, oxapin. So this is the name of this compound. So that is how we can use this system to name various heterocyclic compounds. So that's all for today. So basically my aim was just to introduce you about this Hands-Widman system, how this system is used to name monocyclic heterocyclic compounds having ring size from 3 to 10, and the system in this system, to name, we have to name the heterocyclic compound, we have to find prefix. So we discuss various rules to find prefix, and then we need to find stem. Now prefix tells us about heteroatom, stem tells us about the ring size and whether it is saturated or unsaturated ring size of the heterocyclic compound. So that's all for today. In our next lecture we will see how we can use this system to name more complex structures which contain more than one heteroatom, how to name them. So what are the various rules that we will discuss in our next lecture. So if you liked the lecture, please do subscribe and also share with your friends. Thank you very much for your kind attention.